Hi, Anthony Robinson, the Healthy Heart Coach here again, and I want to talk to you today about the role foods we choose to eat play in both creating and reducing inflammation in our body. Now, inflammation is quite the buzzword these days. It often gets a bad rap though in health circles because it is important though to note that all inflammation is in fact bad. Some inflammation is both good and in fact necessary to maintain good health. You see, inflammation is a defense mechanism of our bodies. As our immune systems recognize damaged cells, irritants, and pathogens, it begins the healing process through inflammation, which in fact is the body's attempt at self-protection to remove the harmful stimuli. When something harmful or irritating affects parts of our bodies, the biological responses try to remove it. You see, infections, wounds, or any damage to tissue would not be able to heal without an inflammatory response. However, where inflammation becomes a problem and harmful is when it becomes chronic. Now, chronic inflammation happens when the body's natural healing process of inflammation continues long after the original response was first necessary. Now, while it's a relatively complicated process, inflammation becomes chronic when your internal alarm fails to shut off when it should. This ends up allowing chronic inflammation to destroy healthy tissue and create related symptoms and disease. You see, frankly, at the end of the day, it's inflammation that will eventually take all of our lives, barring an accident or early death like we get hit by a bus. Now, whether someone has cancer, heart disease, diabetes, digestive disorders, autoimmune disease, Alzheimer's, it all starts with inflammation at the cellular level, which leads to either early cell death, translating into specific organ or gland disease, or into cancer stem cell stimulation, which fuels cancer cells, our cell growth and metastasis. And unfortunately, many of the foods that are most popular with people today are some of the leading causes of chronic inflammation. You know, in the battle against heart disease, when it comes to diet, I found that an anti-inflammatory diet is much more important and effective than the low-fat, low cholesterol, and low-salt diet that has been the standard recommendation for the last 60 plus years. The anti-inflammatory diet is what I personally followed when I reversed my heart disease, my heart failure, my pulmonary hypertension. So let me give you just a basic overview of what you should stay away from and what you do want to eat to effectively reduce chronic inflammation in your body. Now, the foods most responsible for chronic inflammation and that you'll want to reduce and avoid are, number one, without a doubt, sugar. Now, everything has sugar in it these days. We eat far too much sugar. See, the excess glucose, which our body can't process quickly enough, what it does, it increases these levels of pro-inflammatory messengers called cytokines. And sugar also suppresses the effectiveness of our white blood cells' germ-killing ability, which weakens our immune systems and makes us more susceptible to disease. Now, the second most inflammatory food is vegetable oils. That's because vegetable oils have an extremely high concentration of the pro-inflammatory omega-6 fat and a very low percentage of the anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats. Vegetable oils to avoid that you want to avoid are going to be soy, corn, sunflower, safflower, palm oil. Now, coming in third, the most inflammatory food, that's going to be any type of fried food. That's because vegetable oil fried foods and processed foods contain high levels of inflammatory compounds and products that, when cooked at high temperature, when they're pasteurized, dried, smoked, fried, or grilled. Now, the most common culprits are fried foods like French fries, fried chicken, fish sticks, chicken tenders, and onion rings. Now, that's just the top three inflammatory foods, but there are many other things like refined flour, artificial sweeteners, and it's more important to reduce these foods in your diet to reduce inflammation in your body. Now, likewise, there are many foods that are anti-inflammatory, meaning they reduce inflammation in the body. The foods that are most anti-inflammatory, frankly, include dark leafy green vegetables, including kale, spinach, also blueberries, blackberries, broccoli, cauliflower, avocados, coconut, extra virgin olive oil, walnuts, pistachios, almonds, turmeric, cinnamon, as well as dark chocolate, and even red wine in some moderation. Simply put, these are the foods you want to increase in your diet to reduce inflammation and build a healthy heart and body, while avoiding or reducing sugar, vegetable oils, fried foods, dairy, and white flour. So now you know the foods, how they basically, what we eat can affect the inflammation in our body. But knowing is not enough. You must start doing. So start making better choices about the food you're eating and watch your health improve and your inflammatory levels go down. So be sure to subscribe to my channel to get more heart health videos, which will be released every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, so go ahead and subscribe now if you haven't already done so.